Hello, my friends. So, this is a reading for those people who are born uh, this date on April the 4th. And this is a three-card reading for the year. It's a general energy card, it's a challenge card inherent in this year, and it's an action to take to keep yourself in balance. So, the card for your general energy for this year, April the 4th, is the Village. And the village is that place of nostalgia and warmth and family and community that you grew up around, that gave you a lot of your ideals and your understandings and your ways of coping, gave you your connection to the intimacy of your family, and then is the thing that we all often need to leave in order to find ourselves. And we leave behind to go out into the world to make our way to whatever that means, find our spirit, make our fortune, understand ourselves in bigger pictures and bigger paradigms. So it's often about leaving behind values that the community might have brought you up with, but maybe don't any longer support you. So the village can, on some levels, be a trap. If you want to find yourself and you need to go away from the village in order to find yourself, but you always have to return to the village to see who you are against it. And the return to the village is a completion of your energy in lots of ways. So either you're in the village and you're wanting to leave, or you've left the village and you're finding yourself. And some people in the village might feel angry that you left and feel untrustworthy, untrusting that you might come back or that you loved them. And so you might have all those kind of issues of people feeling forsaken by you because you're no longer in the village. Or you might be going back to the village to show yourself, to prove yourself, to see who you are against those things, to understand yourself in the family unit again, to understand yourself in the community union again of how you were brought up, and to see who you are and to see what you have become. So it's a very big year around the village, the family, the things that you were given that either serve you or don't serve you anymore. The challenge in this year is allowing yourself to follow your own dreams of what you want to do. The pentacles, the page of pentacles are workers. They want to do. They understand things by picking it up and doing it. Whether that's a shovel or a camera or an artist's brush or being a senator or whatever is the physical reality that they want to follow. The pentacles follow it, and the page really wants to follow their own guidance the closest. They really feel like they understand what they need to do, but they may not. In this challenge, you may not feel like you're allowed to do it, or that you're accepted in doing it, or that you're going to be back to do it. But you really want to do it. You really want to follow your own dreams of trainings, of schoolings, of jumping into work, of practicing through your hands what you really need to learn. So this is your challenge, to accept that you have your own dream in your own body of what you want to do, and that you can go do it. You know, the page can often be lonely because they go out on their own and they leave people and energies behind because they have a dream that doesn't necessarily fit the village anymore, doesn't it necessarily fit the anybody else's idea of who you are. You might have to go against your mother, father, and people who said, well, no, you have to be this, you have to be a doctor, no, you have to be this, and follow in the family footsteps, but you may not want to be. And so the challenge is going to be living to your own soul and giving yourself the freedom to go after what you really want it to do in this life. And the action that you need to take is to understand the horse. And the horse is just about power. And the horse is about power, not only land power, but also spiritual power. The horse Skin has been used on drums for many shamanic journeys to go into other worlds, to get information and bring back information to help others and yourself to heal. And in the physical world, the horse is about gathering energies together to really get something done and make something work, and maybe joining with others to make something work. And the horse is not an energy that discriminates. The horse sees all races, all colors, all energies as equal, and not necessarily equal in power, but equal in the right to be who they are, and the right to be how they are, and the right to go after what they wish to do. So if you want to join with others and be a dynamic force of change and power, it's a very powerful time for you to get all your horsepower together and go towards something that really feels right in your soul and is a very bigger humanitarian goal, and uses your psychic powers as much as your physical powers to understand your intuition, to understand your spirit, to understand your mission and your purpose. So this whole reading is about finding your purpose, following your purpose, which means you might have to leave the village that doesn't understand your purpose or see your purpose, and you might have to fall into your own route of physical teaching, training, understanding, to undergo what you really know deep in your heart is something you want to do. So you can't overlook yourself, and you can't negate yourself. You have to hold up to your own power the best you can. Circumstances say this is really a ripe time for you to create something very powerful and magical and mystical in your life if you allow yourself to break free of the conditioning and the indoctrinations and the family ties that bind you, and the community ties that say, don't leave us, we're going to be lonely without you. Sometimes you have to be lonely. Sometimes you have to be alone to find yourself and to find your worth and to find your true power. So blessed be this year.